What I'm doing actually, once I decide to speak out, I would just expect that could be retaliation, and previously would be stigmatization. There would be a smear campaign against me, and that they broadcast my enforced convention videotape, and now it's gonna be a political fugitive after national security law. So previously they wanted to diminish me as just the criminal who so-called solicited prostitutes, but now it's gonna be political fugitive. So that's my first time to be upgraded to be like a political fugitive. So I'm still very shocked to that.
Did anyone from the Hong Kong police get in touch with you?
No, I cut ties with my family members for the security reason, for their better safety. So I'm not sure whether my family member received that official notification. However, what I saw is that the Hong Kong police never denied it, but that the central state media, the Chinese state media, announced it, the arrest warrant. So I could say they haven't been, officially announced by the Hong Kong police, but at least they didn't deny it. So I believe that is true.
Speaking of your family, when is the last time you heard from them?
Yes, my family members now are still staying in Hong Kong, and some of them are still staying in mainland China. So it's pretty hard to communicate with them so far. It's because that I would feel it's usually as a political dissident that the secret police would harass the family members, try to convey the message to me, or wanted to get information from me through my family members, such as like the hostage. So I would rather to cut tie with them. But usually I would want my local representative, the district councillor, to have a family visit to make sure they are safe.
Now, given the fact that you are planning a visit to Prague in the next few weeks, I guess you are aware that the Czech Republic has not suspended its extradition treaty with Hong Kong, unlike Germany, France, or the United Kingdom. Are you aware of that?
Yeah, I'm quite aware and very concerned, and because that Czech is several countries that had an extradition treaty with Hong Kong officially. So that's kind of things, for example, to me, I would feel a bit worried. This kind of trip originally had been invited by the deputy mayor of the Prague, Steve Strappel, and had been passed through the city council of the Prague Third. And so, to me, I would feel that is at least officially invited as the guest of this, as the guest to visit. However, because we still haven't received any confirmation about my safety and security arrangement, so it still would be uncertain to me. I would feel insecure because even in London, and several countries already suspend the extradition treaty with Hong Kong or China. Is because that definitely, based on the national security law, I've been politically persecuted. And so I understand that the Czech Republic ready saying that they won't extradite those fugitives for political reason, but I'm not sure my case, whether it could be on that kind of the scope, and even those less prominent activists, they could be secretly on the warrant list by the Chinese state security or the Hong Kong state security. They could use non-political reason or excuse to detain those people. So, for example, Ai Weiwei, one of the prominent activists and dissidents in China, they said they avoid taxing or etc. They were using that kind of like excuse to still extradite those people. So that's kind of things I would feel very questionable.
Mm-hmm. So in other words, you have not received sufficient guarantees that you will not be arrested in Prague during your visit and sent to Hong Kong?
Yes, exactly. So I really wanted to get the further confirmation. So that's why I would ask the British Foreign Office to make sure that if it's safe, to come to Czech, because I admire Czech as a democratic country and civilized country. I wouldn't want to believe that it could be extradited some political fugitive to authoritarian and even totalitarian regime, I believe that they could be civilized. But however, we really wanted to have a very basic guarantee